Hello, hello, hello. I'm coming in hot with grants, and more grants, more free money for your business, whether you're a small business entrepreneur, nonprofit, who needs a financial lifeline or just needs money to be able to pivot and scale in your business. There is more and more grant money that is available. And so that is why I'm bringing it on here today, and I'm going to really be highlighting state and local grants. I know a lot of times you all ask me about those. So we're going to be talking about it today. So welcome into She Boss Talk. I'm Shantae R. Roddy. If you're new here, welcome. Let us know who you are, where you're hailing from, and what your business is in the comments. And let's get ready to talk about this money. Now, for those of you that don't know, you can always find resources pinned in the comments after the broadcast. They're in the description and the show notes of this video as we're broadcasting live. So you could just go there and click for our resources. If you haven't started applying for grants, if you haven't been successful, you definitely want to use the resources that we have made available. We have our grant tracker, which is our free listing. We have our cheat sheet and also our masterclass that is all here to help you get some of this money that is out here, and the pots keep getting bigger and bigger. Okay, so these state grants, as you know, we do not keep them on our tracker, most of them, because they're just too many to do it. What we will do is drop them in the comments of the video after the broadcast, so you can go there and check your state. As a reminder that these are not all-inclusive grants. So if your state is not on the list, that does not mean that your state does not have a grant. Every state has grants, right? So we are on an ongoing basis tell you where to go find grants in your local community. It's so important that you get connected and plugged in, that you have a network so that you know what is happening in your local area. Each time we do these grant videos, I want to bring you some unique grants, diverse grants, so that you know what is all out there, because I always get questions about, are there grants for startups? Are there grants for this particular industry? Are there grants in my particular area? So this is giving you a diverse list of grants that are available out there. But again, it is not all inclusive. So there's many more thousands of grants than what I will be reviewing today, because we only have a certain amount of time to do it. I'll also be just circling back on some other programs, because there's two still federal relief programs that are available and accessible right now to small business owners. So I just want to remind you all of that, because it is so important for me to do the reminders, because I cannot tell you how many times or how sometimes it takes people a while, or maybe they're just coming on and then they are able to take advantage of it. Like I just saw some five business owners just signed up for the employee retention tax credit, but I've been talking about it since last year in 2021. So it's important that we continue to put out the information, and then also for you all to share it. So please, if you know entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofits that you think will benefit from this information, tag them, share this video with them. I appreciate all the shares. They contact me all the time and tell me how much you all are sharing our information with them, because businesses are still going through it. We're still experiencing challenges, even though we're doing well, right? We're still experiencing challenges, still dealing with COVID, outcomes of COVID, inflation, a recession. So I'm here to show you how to be able to thrive even in the midst of a recession, even in the midst of a crisis, and point you in the direction of those resources. So give this a thumbs up, hit that love button, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. Let's get right into it. So I always like to start with congratulations, because I get so excited when you all go and take action. And know that many of you all are applying for these grants and pitch competitions and accelerator programs and incubators, and you're becoming finalists and you're winning them. So this just helping just celebrating all of us, because if one of us wins, we all win. Okay. And then that shows you that it is possible. It's not just possible for one person, it's possible for every single business to be able to get grant money, right? Or to be able to get anything that you want. You just have to position your business for success. And you have to know what it takes to go after these grants that are available for you. So just shout out to Maurice Levon Colbert Sr. He's here in my local area in the state of Ohio. He has a mobile entertainment business, and he recently won a grant. He's going after him. So, and he often refers people to us. So shout out to Maurice. Courtney, I just met with him and his partner. They are in the logistics industry, hauling and dump trucks, and they have such an interesting business. And we are planning, working together to plan a collaborative event in Atlanta in the upcoming months. They thought so well of me because of the work that I've been doing and impact that I've been making. And he won the Capital One grant that we put out. Like literally, it closed the same day. I mean, it closed in the morning that it opened, and he was able to get in, and he was able to get that grant. One of my other peers, her name is Day Edwards DeFlo. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right if you're watching. But she has a company called Church Space. She has just been disrupting the industry, helping churches better utilize and monetize their underutilized church spaces that they have, right? When they only maybe use it a couple days or a couple hours out of the week, there's many more things that they can be using to and being able to monetize and forward their mission. And so this is technology based, technology driven, and she won the AWS grant with Amazon. They partnered together for this new grant program, where she received $250,000 grant, a whole program, a whole accelerator program, and many more benefits. That's the beauty of winning these grants, is that oftentimes, even the Capital One grant, he was telling me that they created a whole program, just like myself and all of those that won the PayPal empowerment grant. They created an entire program with all types of partners, and you're talking about Fortune 100 partners that are here to help us to succeed in our business, to really equip us and empower us to really take our businesses to the next level. And so these are opportunities are available for you as well. So just want to give a shout out again to her for doing that, for going after it. She could, any of these business owners could have just said, I'm too busy, or I'm too intimidated, it's too much money, other people are applying. But guess what? They believed in themselves. They showed up with confidence, like, this is mine. I'm going to do this today. I'm going to give it my best shot. And that's all you can do. When you take your best shot, you put your hat in the ring, you have a chance to be a winner, right? To be a winner and receive one of these grant awards. However, if you don't shoot your shot, there is no chance. There is absolutely no chance. So take the chance, bet on yourself. Don't count yourself out. Let them review it. And whether you win the grant or not, is just congratulate yourself for going through the process, because not everybody even does it. Okay. So again, many congratulations to those of you all that continue to win. And if you've won a grant recently, let us know in the comments so we can celebrate you and congratulate you as well. Okay, so I'm going to get right into these grants because it takes a little bit of time to do it. The first one, let me pull this up. I'm going to pull up the whichever one I can get to first, but I'm going to share on my screen 3 grants. So I will not be sharing all of them on screen because I would be here forever if I did that. So I'm just going to show a few. So this one, again, we're going to be focusing primarily again today on state and local grants. So you will see this on the top here. Okay, So this, you will see that the National Institute of Economic Development, please remember the word economic development. You're going to see that a lot. I say it a lot. I talk about it a lot. And so this is one of the programs. This is in North Carolina. Okay, so this is not the only grant in North Carolina. I'm just trying to give you an example of some of the grants that are out here and available for you. So this is through the National Institute of Economic Development. And this is Retool Inc. 3.0. And you see it's giving all the information here. Business A to K can apply here. Businesses L to Z can apply here. And then they're telling you about the program. So again, they will always give you information. Just go to the website, all the information that you need regarding the grant that you're applying for, to know if it's something that you should apply for, if you qualify for, or if you want to get, you don't qualify for, but you want to get it in the next round or the next year, then you can do that. So it's saying that the North Carolina Department of Administrative Office for Historical and Underutilized Businesses, that is considered HUB. You may have heard of hub zones. Please pay attention to these terms, right? When we talk about getting certified and set asides for certain small businesses, this is huge. This is where the money is at. Okay, so Hub Zones has partnered with Carolina Small Business Development Fund and North Carolina Institute of Minority Economic Development Establishment, the Retool Inc. Grant Program Fund, to provide funds for small businesses, for profits that have been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, eligible businesses are certified HUB or DBE, disadvantaged business enterprise firms with 50 employees or less, and grants are only available to certified businesses with $1.5 million or less in gross revenue. So again, $1.5 million or less. Okay, so that's what's important, that you really read through to understand. So you're not counting yourself out because it says $1.5 million and you have not reached $1.5 million. It says or less. That's anything less than. Okay, and that you must be certified HUB. Again, this just points back to what I continue to reiterate: the importance of getting your business certified. I don't care what type of business you have, that more grants, contracts are available. Set aside dollars are going to these certified businesses. And if you are in a hub zone, why not go through the process and get certified, right? If you are a disadvantaged business, if you're a minority business, a veteran business, women business, go get yourself certified so that you can qualify for more and more opportunities and dollars that are specifically set aside for you. And so if we scroll down here, it's showing a list of different partners. Why is this important? Take note of the different partners on every grant. Okay, because this is huge, because they may themselves have other opportunities that they have going on or may have going on in the future. More and more organizations, this was what I encourage for all of our entrepreneurs and small business owners, that we need to start doing, is collaborating and partnering. That is what they're doing. So you see that they didn't just do this by themselves. They say, okay, we want to do this. We want to support our small businesses. How can we work together to do it? And they made a collective effort. Everybody put money into the pot. Okay, everybody put money. All these partners put money into the pot, not just one company, not just one organization, right? So that they can build up the pot so that they can help provide grants to small businesses. Now, if you scroll down here, again, it's giving you information packets, numbers, and emails to call if you need assistance. Now, so retooling criteria is saying applicants must meet be eligible for the grant. Businesses must be an independent business located in North Carolina, for-profit business, including but not limited to sole proprietors, home businesses, independent contractors. So for those of you that ask me, you sole proprietors out there, independent contractors, home-based business, what is there out there for you? I say that more are available for other types of businesses, but there are grants out here for you too, right? Applicants must meet all requirements to be eligible, and that includes you, sole proprietors, home businesses, and independent contractors. So if that's you, you're North Carolina, you know someone who is, let them know. Franchises, if franchisor is independent and locally owned, has been operating before February 2019, be certified with NCHUB or NC.DEB, right? So these are the certifications, these are the states, right? So businesses with up to 50 employees, these are W-2 employees. You always want to check because depending on the grantor, they may be inclusive of 1099 workers. It just depends on the grant. Some are not, some are just W-2. But you can check, you can call or email them. Not have annual revenues exceeding, again, $1.5 million, not have any active bankruptcies or liens, not be a delinquent on any state income taxes. So know when you are going after a grant in your local area, you must be an active business, be paid up on all taxes, not have any suspensions or anything like that if you want to go be eligible for any of the grant monies or other opportunities that may be available. Detailed statement on how your business has been impacted by COVID-19. So at this point, if you've been following us, you know you need to have these impact statements. They're in our cheat sheet. You have to be able to tell them how you were impacted by COVID-19. And I know there's so many businesses still ashamed, shy to talk about, to even admit that they suffered during COVID-19. Well, if there is a COVID grant, you must talk about it. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. They want to know how your business was impacted by COVID-19 and what challenges you experience. So be ready to share that information. And engages in legal activities, use of funds, working capital, lease payments, existing real estate, financing payments, covering payroll shortages. And again, if you have any other questions, you can visit them for that information. And when you go to their website, they just learn about the company, learn about the organization. Then you know what matters to them, what their mission is, what their cause, what they care about. That will help you submit a better application if you are really knowledgeable about the organizations that are putting on the grant. Even scope out the website, learn about what they're doing, the resources, the programs they have, because sometimes you just land on the page, and if you did not look at everything, you may be missing out on other programs they have. Because they may not just have one program, they may have other ones. Okay. So again, this is for North Carolina. This is not the only grant that they have, but this is one that I'm spotlighting right now. And this one, I believe, is for $25,000. So again, $25,000 is a lot of money. And you can do a lot in your business with $25,000. So shoot your shot. If you are in North Carolina. So I'm going to bring up another grant really quickly here. Now that was the retool one. I'm going to go to Colorado. I have one up here for California. I hope I can bring that one back up here. I may not be able to bring it on screen, but I'm definitely going to talk about it. But this one is for Colorado. Again, this is not the only grant, but it's just giving you information on, the states and who's leading it, who's the partners are, what the programs are about that they are creating. Now, this one is a tourism recovery marketing grant. Okay. So this grant, and then so on this website, they're giving you all this information on the grants here. The Colorado Tourism Office, which is CTO, Tourism Recovery Marketing Grant, funded by the EDA American Rescue Plan, Travel, Tourism, and Outdoor Recreation State Grant. So this goes back to the fact that states received, all of them received billions of dollars in COVID relief, even under the American Rescue Plan Act, which was enacted once President Biden got into office. And so many states you will have seen that create their own grant programs for small businesses and nonprofits and the like. This is one of them. So they created this American Rescue Plan, travel, tourism, outdoor recreation. Why is this important? If you are in travel, right? I know so many people, so many small businesses that have travel agencies, travel businesses, tourism businesses. This is a grant for you. Or if you know a business owner who this applies to, please send this to them, tag them in this. So this provides funding to eligible applicants to support the economic recovery of the travel and tourism industry in Colorado through the execution of tourism marketing and promotional campaigns. So we know that during COVID, tourism came to a stop, right? So you will find that states are trying to build back up their tourism. They want people to visit their states. They want people to come there. So even just listen, even if this grant is not for you, you're not in this state. Many states are doing this. They're not the only state that is doing this. You need to know where to tap into. And every state has a tourism agency or department. Okay, so I hope you all are taking notes here. Okay, so provides funding to eligible applicants to support the economic recovery of the travel and tourism industry in Colorado through the execution of tourism marketing and promotional campaigns. So the maximum grant amount here is $500,000. $500,000, while the required match is 10%, right? So this one is a matching. So you will see sometimes that there will be grants that you raise money or you get money, right? And then they will match it. So it's a low match. So this request needs to be funded at a ratio of 1-10, non-grant funding to grant funding. So you have to have some non-grant funding to the grant funding. And for example, if you request a grant of $100,000, then you need to have at least $10,000 in other cash funding. Okay, so that is how this program works. The goal is to support economic recovery in the industry in Colorado and to attract visitors to Colorado cities and towns that have been negatively impacted by the pandemic. You can read more about the guidelines. There is also a webinar. So I highly encourage you, if the grant programs that you're applying for has a webinar, whether it's live, even if they do it live, they will always have a recording. So obviously they did it and they put the recording here. Watch that recording because you will get a lot of valuable information that you can use when you are filling out your application process. Okay. So it's telling you it's for cities, political subdivisions of the states, nonprofits, economic district organizations, and Indian tribes. Another thing to note is that even if your business isn't qualified, like for a particular grant, so it's going to nonprofits, economic development districts or organizations, there are small business. I have peers that have economic development organizations. Okay. This is something you need to remember, is that these localities, these nonprofits partner, they give grants out to other businesses and entrepreneurs like you, or they partner by giving out contracts to fulfill the obligations under the grant, the particular grant. That's why it's so important to read through and understand, and then also to connect with those organizations that these grants are going to. So these are more ways that you can get access to the grant money or contracts money, period, to help you scale your business by getting connected to those organizations and companies that are getting the grants. So it goes into a lot more information about eligibility, eligible projects, right? So you know the type of projects and knowing if your company, if your particular industry fits in that category. So you can be one of those that gets money or gets a contract under that particular project. I mean, again, there are literally thousands of projects going on across the United States and elsewhere that you can get in on as a company. Just know where you fit in and get plugged in. So again, this is for Colorado. I'm gonna stop sharing that one. There was a grant on in California, and I'm going to review it. I may not be able to put it on the screen. So let me scroll down really quickly. What I'll do is I'll go in order, and then when I come to it, I'll come to it. So I'm going to go in alphabetical order. And if I list your state, just let me know in the comments. So Arizona has a We Rise Accelerator program for Black-owned business. So this is a local Arizona We Rise Business Accelerator. It's a new no fee 6-month program that offers comprehensive and practical business skills to Black entrepreneurs. The deadline for this is June the 17th. Okay, so I believe this is June 15th. You have until the 17th to apply. In California, I've already said that California is one of the leading states that have so many programs, grants included. Like the list of grants is so long, like I cannot even list them all on here. So if you are in California, I hope that you have gotten a grant because they've had many, and they continue to have many grants that they are putting out here. So there's a Black and they have loans as well. So I'm just going to focus on the grants. California Dream Fund. So this is to apply for a grant. The program first requires eligible startups to participate in a no-cost business startup program that combines helpful startup training, workshops, and one-on-one consulting. Upon successful completion of the program, eligible participants will be given a link to apply for grant funding up to $10,000. So again, they don't want to just give you the money. They want to set you up for success, because we already know it really doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're not a good steward, if you don't manage the money right, it really is not going to benefit you. So they want to set you up for success. Create and Cultivate Inc. Okay, hold on just a second. So this one is LA 250 Grant Fund. This contest is open to nonprofit organizations, for-profit business organizations, and government industries, agencies that operate in the state of California, and it is open for call ideas to make Los Angeles the best place to learn, create, and play and live. And you can apply for this challenge by June the 17th. Okay, Riverside County Relief Grant. Micro businesses must be a for-profit business located in Riverside County with less than $50,000 in revenue for 2019 and less than 5 employees, and you can get a grant of $2,500. You need to apply by June the 6th. If you are just coming on late, catch the replay. These links will be dropped in the comments because these are local. We do not put these on our grant tracker because it's just too many of them. We will drop them in the video. San Bernardino County micro businesses. So again, now the focus is on a lot of micro businesses that were left out in other federal programs. So Bernardino County, COVID-19 relief is available. I said $2,500. San Francisco Storefront improvement grants. So if you're in San Francisco, they're offering a series of recovery grants up to $2,500 to help small businesses design storefront improvements and assess their space for accessibility upgrades. Deadline is June the 30th. San Jose Small Business Grant Relief Program. So you see that within California itself, the state has grants. Then you see counties have grants and cities have grants. And then organizations and associations within there have grants. So go get connected, get plugged in. So San Jose has a $15,000 grant. Business companies or enterprises use interchangeably, including sole proprietors and single person businesses may apply. Business must be located in commercial buildings in San Jose. Grants up to $15,000. $15,000. Apply by June the 30th. Southern California Job Creator Quest grants are available. Now, this is long, so you must be in Los Angeles, Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino, Imperial, San Diego regions, and have a current staff of 2 to 20 employees. Will have the ability to add 1 or 2 new premium wage jobs. So this just speaks to, again, that there are states and local counties and local governments that are giving out monies for you all to hire, for us to hire employees. And so this is one of them, right? So they want to increase, employment. Must be a for-profit company with annual revenues between 100,000 and 3 million. Founders must identify as Latinx, Black, Asian, women, LGBTQIA plus, military veteran, and located in a low moderate income area. And you can get a grant up to $10,000, and you have until November of 30th of 2020 to apply. Let's keep going. Colorado, advanced industries export. So I have many peers in the export business. So helps Colorado-based advanced industries technology businesses that want to export or currently exporting. This grant is for small, medium-sized businesses up to $15,000. So find your export agency in your local area. If you are in the export business, either they have programs. I know in the state of Ohio, they have programs, they have grant programs, they put them out all the time. And I'd be saying to myself, maybe I should start an export business. Okay. So there are many grants available for those of you that are export. If you're an export business, let me know. If you know someone who is, tag them in this video. Now, this is one I wanted to bring up on the screen, but I'm not going to be able to. You can note it if you're in Colorado. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this one because I'm going to relay it to another video that I shared. Colorado Community Revitalization. Please take note of community revitalization grants because I'm going to talk about this one, but know that these community revitalization grants are all across the United States. So this grant provides gap funding for projects in creative districts, historical districts, main streets, or neighborhoods, neighborhood commercial centers. This grant will support creative projects that combine creative projects that combine industry workforce, housing, commercial spaces, gathering spaces, child care centers, and retail partnerships for the purpose of economic recovery and diversification. Now, this grant is up to $5 million. There's $5 million, up to $5 million. So did you hear like your industry, your business type in here? Again, this is Colorado, but there are community revitalization grants all across the United States in your local areas. Get plugged in. So this is amazing. So in one of I did a video on the state small business credit initiative. If you have not checked out that video, please go back and check out that video. In the video is a link to all of the states, counties, and cities that received federal funds in the form of grants. These are the types of programs that the monies go to, is these types of community projects. Okay. And like I said, even if it's not going to your business, they get the grant. They need help from small businesses to implement these programs. Okay. Organizations partner with other organizations and companies. You heard the word partnership in here. Right? So you want to have your business be the one that is partnering with these organizations that are getting the money, right? And so not only can you get the money as a business, you can partner with other organizations to get more money for your business through contracts and grants. I mean, and it adds up. You do the calculations. We all have calculators on our phones. We all have smartphones. Let's make them smart and use those calculators and start calculating all this money that your business can be getting access to. What recession? Right? There is no recession. If it is, it's not going to impact you because you have the inside track on how to go out here and secure this money for your business. So again, this one is for this is the Colorado Community Revitalization Grant. So go after it, go get it. It's available. There's more available in Colorado as well. But I'm gonna move on to the District of DC, District of Columbia, Washington, DC. They have an advancing Black retail, must be a small DC based business in Ward 7, Ward 8. If you don't know what ward you are, you can Google it and be majority Black owned and receive a $10,000 grant. You have until June the 23rd. So this is not the only grant. I mentioned before that DC is a real popular targeted area, metropolitan area for national grants, and it is often included in those targeted cities. So again, you can find those on our grant tracker list. And you can, we post many grants to our Facebook wall all the time, and to our in our membership program and our email list. Georgia. So Georgia has been on the front lines of giving out grants for a long time now. And I've heard some of you all that are in Georgia, where are the grants at, right? And I'm like, where have you been? Not plugged in, because there have been many grants coming out of Georgia. There is one in Chatham County. That is a small business grant program. Must be a business affected by COVID, less than 100 employees. And located in unincorporated Chatham County, grants up to $25,000. There's also in Columbus, Georgia, there's grants for small businesses physically located in the city of Columbus. You can be three options: small business, hospitality, and nonprofit. Small business, hospitality, nonprofits, grants are up to $40,000. Look, this is a lot of money. Go shoot your shot. Invest in Atlanta is still open. Okay. So small businesses and property owners in 5 cities in of Atlanta tax allocation district can apply for grants up to $20,000 for interior and exterior improvements. So, a lot of business owners, you have retail spaces, right, or commercial spaces, and you need those improvements done. This is your opportunity. This is your chance to be able to do that. Now, I know there's a grant from a company that's on our grant tracker that I think is Brookfield Industries. They have properties across the United States. They have like a $25 million program where it's a program you're going to go through if you want to start a retail business, expand to another retail location on their properties, and then they're going to give you money to do it. I mean, it's just amazing. Okay, so that's Georgia, but that's not all of them. The ones that I listed, go shoot your shot. The links will be posted in the comments. Idaho. So some of these states I'm getting to that you're like, okay, we hear about California, New York, right? What about these other states? Idaho. Okay, so you have a small business and nonprofit grants in the city of Moscow is launching 2 new programs. One is a social service nonprofits, and the other is a grant program for small businesses. And grants are between $15,000 and $25,000 for your business. Illinois, there's a lot on here. There is a small business grant in the village of Gurnee, Illinois, for up to $10,000. Illinois Restaurant Foundation is giving grants for restaurant workers facing hardships up to $1,500. Small Business Improvement Fund in Chicago. So grants for permanent building improvements and repairs. So again, you're seeing more and more of improvements and repairs for buildings, and you can get up to $250,000 for that. Let's move on to Kansas. You can go to the links for more details. Okay. Overland Park, 3 grants. They have 3 grant programs, not just one. They have 3 programs available: Small Business Grant Fund, Impacted Industry Fund, and the Hotel Fund. Businesses need to be within Oakland Park Kansas, and get grants up to $50,000. So are you in Kansas or know a small business that owner that is, whether it's a nonprofit, they have a hotel fund. If you have a business, you run a hotel, or any other small business. Louisiana, Louisiana has a grant program as well. Hispanic owned businesses can get up to $2,500, first come, first serve. Maryland has a grant program, is in the form of reimbursement. So this is another thing, a way that you may see grants or different opportunities coming in form of a reimbursement. You pay for it, and then you provide a receipt or proof, right, that you've gone through the program or spent the money or on the training or whatever it is, and they will reimburse you. So they're doing that. These Export MD awards are eligible for $5,000 in reimbursements for expenses associated with international marketing, right? So amps are due at the first of each month. That means every month they're giving out these grants, every month. So please pay attention to the grant cycle. Most of these grants are ongoing, right? So they have a cycle either every month, every quarter, twice a year, or annually, or as they gain new partners, they may open it back up. I mean, more than 90% of every grant that we share here is a grant that is not just one opportunity to apply. You will have more future opportunities. So if your business does not yet meet the qualifications, just get ready and stay ready for the next opportunity when it comes. Massachusetts, various grants, opportunities for small businesses and nonprofits in New Bedford, Massachusetts. They have the link here. It's just like I said before. Many states have one website. They have a portal where you can go find everything, all the grants, any loans, other types of programs. They have the similar type of program here. They have another program, but I'm going to move on. Michigan, they have an advancing community businesses. So this program is designed to assist small business owners in Michigan's central neighborhoods and areas of customized training, digital skills, website development, capital education, direct access to new grants and loans. And you can get a grant up to $20,000. You have until June 30th to apply. That's a wonderful program. They're giving you all of that. So to set you up for success, that's amazing. Okay, Minnesota has also Okay, hold on. Let's move past that. Missouri. So again, I'm going to drop some of these in here, even if they just passed, because June is a big deadline for a lot of these grants. But go to the website, even though it closed, they may have another cycle, and just find out when that is and then apply for the next one. Okay. I do want to mention this one because I have a lot of artists. We share grants for artists all the time. Nevada has one from the Nevada Arts Council. So again, pay attention to the agencies, the departments, and that are providing these grants. Nevada Arts Council. Did you know that states have art councils? Did you know that states were hard? State arts was hit hard during the pandemic. So many states and local organizations are providing grant programs to help local artists. So this is one. So the Nevada Arts Council is giving out grants for various type of projects throughout Nevada to support production and presentation of artistic projects across disciplines and help artists rebuild after the impacts of COVID-19. Okay, so you grants are up to $1,000 and you can apply through June the 30th. New Hampshire, Manchester Small Business and grant and program assistance to support businesses in New Hampshire, Manchester, with fixed business costs, including rent, utilities, payroll accrued during the pandemic, costs associated with transitioning to an e-commerce business, an outdoor space, or other technical assistance needs. The grant is up to $10,000 for you. Okay. New Jersey, Morris County Small Business must have been legally established in Morris County since January 2019. You can be a sole proprietor, partnership, corporation, nonprofit, LLC, and grants are up to $15,000. Go shoot your shot. New York has several grants. This one has been around for a while now. So if you haven't applied for the New York State Pandemic Small Business Recovery Grant, this is one that sometimes it may close and then they come back. They have one round, they reopen it. That one is from 5,000. 5,000 is the lowest amount you can get, up to $50,000. Okay. And so you need to be in the state of New York and have experienced economic hardship due to the COVID-19 pandemic. They also have open streets grants fund for community-based development organizations to support, operate, and maintain the New York transportation and designated open locations for commercial corridors. We have a new corridor here. So when they do these types of things, they're giving out money to build these things up. I mean, it's amazing. So get connected to these organizations. Deadline to get up to $50,000 is June 20th. And if you're a business, get plugged in so you can get part of that, maybe get a contract or something related. So because they're always giving out that money, they're always partnering with other businesses. Okay. There's a Rockland County grant for restaurants and small businesses of up to 25,000. Syracuse Retail Incubator Program is available, and you get a grant up to 5,000 to fund expenses associated with your pop-up. So they're going to help you with all of that in downtown Syracuse. I mentioned the North Carolina. Ohio has a Lincoln and Gilbert's grant in Cincinnati. This is up to $15,000. You have until July 23rd to apply. Another one that's not on the list, it just actually came out. If you're in Northeast Ohio, the second round of Score and Key for Women pitch competition to be able to win $10,000 has launched. So put your hat in the ring. That's for businesses, women-owned businesses in Northeast Ohio. Pennsylvania, they have had many grant programs. They have one for women. They have a JVS Philadelphia Fund to provide capital and to coach women business enterprise. Grants are up to $50,000. You can apply quarterly. So you see, these are, again, there's multiple opportunities for you all to be able to get these grants. Rhode Island Smithfield Business Grants, you can get up to $3,000. South Carolina, somebody was asking me about South Carolina the other day. If you're in Richland County, businesses that have 50 or fewer employees can qualify or demonstrate a social revenue loss due to COVID-19 can qualify for up to $15,000. Tennessee. If you're in Tennessee, connect with the Nashville Entrepreneurship Center. If you're in any state, connect with your state entrepreneur center or your college, university entrepreneurship center, because many grants come out of those schools and those programs that are associated, whether they're partnering with other organizations or not. Get connected so when they do put out programs, you're one of the first ones to know. People have asked me about Texas. Now, some of these states have not been really good with the state level COVID grants, but they have grants in every single city. So a few of them, Texas, Fort Bend, Texas Small Business Grant must be in Fort Bend, be in business since December 30th, 2019. Prove a revenue decline. Have it be at least 25% of your revenues. Grants up to $25,000. There's a Kylene Small Business Assistance Program. If you're located in Kylene, you can request up to $10,000 to mitigate financial hardship. There's a Pflugerville Cares grant that's available. Businesses must be for profit in that city in the city limits. Grants up to $75,000. June 30th is the deadline. There is a social innovation incubator. So do you hear the recurring themes about accelerators and incubators that are happening? That it also include grant money. If you can get in one of those programs, whether it's locally or nationally or internationally for that matter. Get signed up in these programs. We share them all the time. Make sure you're following, not just following, but that you're plugged in, that you are involved in what's happening, that you hit that notification button so that you're notifying that you're not late, because these things, they don't stay open indefinitely. But again, this is in the Dallas area. And guess what organization is leading it? The United Way of Metropolitan Dallas. United Way. Get connected with your United Way or local United Way organization. Okay. So they're giving out grants. They have an incubator. This is for those that identify as women or people of color, that to develop your social venture. So they're going to help you develop your social venture. Okay, you don't even need to have a business. Grants for $2,500. Texas also has a job creators grant that they're going to give you, and I think this grant is for $10,000. Virginia has James County grants up to $15,000. You must have less than 20 employees. There's a Newport News. Have you all heard of Newport News? Okay, they have a micro enterprise grant. It must be within Newport News. You have 5 or fewer employees. Non-profit business entities are not eligible, and you must be in a low or moderate income area. And this grant is for up to $3,500. I mean, all of these are great amounts. Just imagine if you're able to secure, one grant, 2 grants, or more grants. What would that do for your business? Washington State. Let's see what they have going on. Small business incentive programs. You can get an award towards marketing materials, IT, staffing, furniture, security assistance, and more. Be a small business in the Tri-City area and win a prize of $1,000. Deadline is July 1st. West Virginia has a grant program in Morgantown, small business assistance, and you can get up to $20,000. Wisconsin has more than one grant, but mainstream bounce back grant program is to provide financial support to businesses that move into existing vacant commercial buildings, right, in urban Wisconsin. This grant is for $10,000. You need to apply. It says June, right? So click on the link to find out when the absolute deadline date is. So those are the state grants, state and local grants that I have to list today. If I see more, as I find more, I will list them in the comments of this video. But use the tools that we have provided to go find more grants in your local areas. Just a reminder that there are still relief programs going on in your state, like COVID relief. So you heard a lot that were COVID. You heard a lot of grants that were non-COVID, a lot of community partnership and development grants that are available. Get plugged in. Still make sure if you need mortgage relief, if you need rent relief, there are still programs. They're federally funded. They're operated by your state. If you don't know where to start with your state government office. They know where all the agencies, who to connect you with, right? Just call until you get connected to the right person, the right department, and the right person in that department that can lead you in the right direction. These are things that I do all the time. You have to be proactive. You cannot take a passive approach if you want to get this grant money. Okay, we have to make it a priority in our business. Set aside time. As busy as I am, and I had gotten behind, but there are several. It may be over 30 grants right now that are open, that are coming up with the June 30th deadline. So use our grant tracker, go to our wall, go to our email list. They're on there. We post exclusive grants to our membership program, on Facebook. You can access it through our Facebook page by subscribing. But there's so many opportunities to get grants, and the deadline is coming, right? So I just applied for 2 yesterday. So I'm making it a point to get to at least 2 in every single day. So and I work from what is the closest deadline, so I don't miss the deadline, right? So if there's one coming up in July, Let me get the Junes out the way, because once June ends, that's it. I have no other opportunity. Then I can move on to July. And you don't want to wait to the absolute deadline to get your applications in. And many of the grants will actually tell you that, because sometimes out of the blue, they would just stop because they would just get enough applications or whatever. Too many, high demand, and then they would just close the program. So I never recommend that you wait to the last minute. Just giving a shout out to all of our YouTube and Facebook members who are out there. We love you. We appreciate you for your support. We're here to support you in your success. Go after the grants. There's national grants still open and available. You can go to those. Pointing out two programs, again, federal relief that are still available. Child care provider grants. Now, there was a state, and I can't remember off the top of my head, so forgive me. I will post it in the comments. But a state just passed a proposal for over $30 million in additional funding for child care providers. So there is a child care stabilization grant fund that is federal. It's a federal fund that was monies were given to the states. Some states ran out of money. And then some states, when they ran out of money, they passed their own bills and created their own funds to give additional money, because childcare providers have been hard hit. One of the hardest hit during the pandemic. So there continue to be numerous programs coming out to support the childcare, the childcare industry. And so if you're home based, or if you have a brick and mortar childcare center, there are grants out there for you. Please make sure you connect with your family, jobs and family services, or child and family services department in your state to get the application. That's where you go to get it. But I will find that state. I saved it and I will put it in the comments. But the link to, if you want to know where to go in your state, the link is in the show notes in the description. Just click on that link and go to your state. It will tell you exactly where to find it. Okay. And then the other one is employee retention tax credit, where this is for small business owners that have W-2 employees. If you had W-2 employees in 2020 and or 2021, you can qualify for up to $26,000. That is huge. We're seeing an average of approved claims coming through of $260,000. That is the average of someone with 10 employees or less. The majority of small business owners having 10 employees or less. We have already helped business owners get approved, and file for over $4 million in claims. This is money that the IRS is giving back to you. This is a COVID relief program that was launched the same time as PPP and Idaho. Okay? This is significant, especially when I still hear so many businesses that reach out to say that they never got PPP, they never got Idaho, not the grant, not the loan. They weren't able to take advantage of programs. Or if you're a new business and you started on or after February 15, 2020, well, this is one of the only federal programs that you can maybe able to qualify for if you have W-2 employees. Now, here's the thing that I need to let you all know. Like, we've been helping you take the survey, takes 5 to 10 minutes. Please do not play with the systems when you all are applying for these different programs, okay? Don't submit duplicate applications. It says clearly on the survey when you go, click the link in the show notes, it says important, start here and read, right? Submit a full application. We have videos that show you step by step how to fill it out. You submitting 3 different applications is only going to hold up the process for you. It's going to further delay because the IRS is already backlogged, right? So they're running between 4 and 8 months out in getting your money back to you. One of the great things that I can report back is that those that filed their claim in December, January, February are now seeing their deposits coming in. So that lifeline you've been waiting for is now here. So it is upon you to make sure you're filling out the survey correctly and that you upload your proper documentations, which we're guiding you on. You have an account rep, you have me and my team that are here to support you in the process. But if you didn't have W-2 employees, don't even go to the application, because this is specifically for those that have W-2 employees. And I can tell you that there's still around 90% of small businesses, this is millions across the United States, that still don't know about this program. No one's told them about it, and they still have not accessed it and to be able to claim their credit. This credit is cash for you because it is a refundable payroll tax credit for everything that you went through COVID, for the delays that was caused by the federal government. This is money due to you. It is a real program. Now, be careful of scammers out there telling you that there's an SBA grant out here and you can get $26,000 per employee and all this and that. That is incorrect. The SBA does not have a grant like that. This is under the IRS, and it is a tax credit for which you're going to receive cash. Okay. Another thing that I want to point out, we already know that there was a lot of fraud with PPP. Okay, we just had a team call just before this. A lot of fraud with Idaho, a lot of fraud with the pandemic unemployment. And it's sad that I have to say this, but I have to say it because businesses keep doing it. You cannot fraud the system. If you think you're going to be able to commit fraud that was done with PPP and Idaho, you have another thing coming. This is directly a program under the IRS. IRS guidelines are strict, is complicated. That's why you need experts to help you get access to it. You cannot fudge and create fraudulent documents. It's not going to work because the IRS knows there's a process for submitting payroll taxes. I know because I do it. Okay, because I'm on payroll. We have employees. So you cannot forge your 941s and think it's going to pass our team, or it's going to pass the IRS, and that is going to qualify you for a program for which you do not qualify for. It's best for you to focus on what you qualify for. Don't even pursue it if you don't qualify. If you know the program calls for you to have W-2 employees and you don't have W-2 employees, pass that one up and go to a grant that is available to you, whether or not you have W-2 employees or not. But the fraudulent stuff has to stop. I mean, and it's a terrible thing. I mean, we have business owners, and I know times are tough, times are challenging, but the best approach is start using some of the strategies that we give here every single day to get money getting into your business, and significant, massive money into your business, rather than taking the approach to commit fraud. It's only going to hurt you and your business, and it will result in penalties and fines and possible jail time. If you don't believe me, just go to Google and see all of the prosecutions and convictions that are taking place across the country for those that were fraudulent with the PPP and those that were fraudulent with Idaho and the unemployment program. You don't want to mess with the IRS. With that said, as long as you do things above board, it is perfectly fine. You don't have anything to worry about if you're not fraudulent. I mean, I wasn't scared or anything when I applied for all of these programs during COVID. I was getting mine, right? Because I had all the documents to substantiate and prove my position, or that I was eligible for the program that I applied for. So I don't care if they come back 5 years later from now and ask me to show documents. I have them, and I will happily provide them. That's where we want to be in our business. That's how we show up as the CEO. I mean, if you want to talk about being a boss, that's what being a boss is taking accountability and responsibility for your business, right? And doing business the right way with integrity every step of the way. There is no shortage of opportunities out here that you have to resort to schemes. just go take advantage of the opportunities we're presenting to you. Just do the work, right? And we're making the work less for you because we've done all the heavy lifting. And the programs have just been so simplified that some of them can take 5, 10, or 10 minutes to apply for, and you're done. If you have all your business in order, it really does not take that long. You can do it yourself. Just make sure you have the tools. Okay. So go out here and get the money. Set yourself up for success. Know that we're be familiar, know what's going on around you, but know that you can strive through any challenge. I don't care what happens in America, around the world. You can strive, you can thrive in any situation. And one thing I will close with is that one way that we thrive is together. We do this together, right? We've been able to accomplish what we've been able to accomplish together during this pandemic, and through any inflation, right, that's happening, any recession, we do the same thing. Business owners have been doing this, entrepreneurs coming together collectively to support one another is what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And if you can do that, then you can overcome any barrier. There are no barriers. There are no limits to what you can do, what you can achieve, what you can make in your business. If you're ready to get plugged in, do the work, and start collaborating on mutually beneficial projects and initiatives and programs, just like these other bigger organizations are doing, you can do it. They're looking for you to show up and to be ready. So let's get ready. Let's stay ready. Continue to be the boss with Amplify Impact. Stay safe and in good health. And I will follow up after the broadcast and answer all of the questions. Just check the comments for the answers. And I will talk to you soon, bringing you more videos that is going to help set you up to create more wealth for yourself, your family, and your business. Have a great day.